And I think it helps one not do another silly mistake just in the moment of, oh, I'm doing drugs or I'm drinking, so they do an action. It might make them go, okay, after one drink, I turn into a different person. I'm not going to go there. I think that's good. What do you think was the turning point in your life? Like a
you
big
few, don't you?
Usually what's 3, but like the first
one would be that being an 8-year-old kid at Snow White when the fluorescent lights came on and the paint.
Yes.
That shaped me, made me go, I have to be there. That's where magic happens on a stage. Another one was when I was going to university in another town from where I grew up, and I crossed the road about 8 times. Should I go back to the university or should I go home to Auckland and become an actress? Should I go back to university? I crossed the road 8 times and eventually I went home to Auckland to become an actress. There was having my baby and getting pregnant at 19.
So you got married at 19 and had a baby.
Had a baby. I just turned 20 when I had my daughter. So
what was that like? Were you excited about it, or were you going, oh,
well, I was very in love with her father. No. I never felt, oh, no. I think other people did, my family. My father was so upset he couldn't even talk to me. That was very stressful. But, and I was living in the outback of Australia at the time, working for a mining company. And so we went home and had the baby. My father was delighted that I had the baby because he was like super Catholic, you know. And what? Yeah, everybody thought my life and my dreams of being an actress were over, but I didn't think that. In fact, 5 days after having her, I put on this black leotard and tights with reinforcement that came down lower than the leotard, you know, just ridiculous. And because I was big, I just had a baby, and I was wearing high top white basketball boots, and I looked ridiculous. And I did this crazy comedy act in a leotard within a few days of me having given birth, and
I love that.
Actually, I know, I did a Shakespeare thing. I did a show reel.
Yeah.
And I wrote all this material, and 5 days later I filmed it, and that began my career in New Zealand.
That's amazing. So you really used humor, and you just said, this is who I am now.
And my dramatic self.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I didn't think my life was over at all, and clearly it wasn't, yeah.
How did your children change your life?
Well, my daughter, having a baby so young, made me, made me very stable, made me stay in one place, made me constructive, and then it was a few years later when I got, when the marriage was not going so well, that I got to sow some wild oats, kind of thing. And then I met Rob, and yeah.
So you were single for a few years there in between?
Well, sort of.
Okay, kind of overlapped. All right.
It takes a long time to get a divorce in New Zealand, but, yes, he married a very young woman. He was 10 years older than me, and I grew up.
That's from what being happens.
Thinking, yeah.
Who knew? I don't think you got that memo.
That's right. I really don't think anybody should get married before 27.
Oh my God, I think 37.
Yeah, 37. Yeah, no hurry.
Take your time. Come on. Yeah, I got married in my 40s, and it was this was so young. Why did I make such
Why did I rush it?
Yes, peer pressure, for God's sake. Should have waited till 50. Yeah, and so live your life and have fun. Except for the kid thing, that's the only thing that, get married earlier.
That's right, you have a little bit of... Yeah, you only have a certain window.
Yes, but I do think life should be backwards. So, it's just when people are growing and learning and contributing, they have these kids but I don't know, my daughter has given me so much more meaning in my life. I don't know if that happened to you at 20, if that's possible to feel that at 20, maturity-wise.
I never had the years of not having kids.
Mm-hmm.
of building career and only thinking about yourself. So I never knew all those grown-ups who would say, "Oh gosh, I really am afraid of losing my freedom if we have kids," and I'm like, "What freedom? Who has freedom?"
Yeah,
that was always a foreign idea to me.
which leads to the question, what do you want your legacy to be?
I don't care.
You don't care? Oh my God,
care
that's the
about
first time
legacy.
anyone ever said that. You don't care.
No, I'm going to be worm food.
What about
Throw
for
me-
your children?
Oh, I hope
With
they grow.
mom,
I
you
think
know.
that I'll just be absorbed into them, like my body will be absorbed into the earth, and that they'll go on and be great, loving, smushy parents, and who support the individuality of their children. I think that's really important. I've been reading O'Neill plays, and he writes about people like parents who insist on sameness. They only value sameness, that you be like me and like my beliefs, and that's what drives a lot of children away from parents, because they can't possibly live up to the sameness. They have millions of years of DNA from other people, you know, in coursing through their cells and veins, and they can't possibly be exactly like their parents, nor should they be. And that's one of the most beautiful things in life is diversity, even within your own family, I think. And as long as you respect that, you'll always be tight with your kids. And I would never feel I'm a successful person if my kids didn't love and cherish me.
So maybe that's what your legacy is, to give to your children that gift of be who you want to be and be you
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much. This was wonderful. It went by so fast. It's like, wait, I have so much more to ask.
Great.
But beautiful. Thank you so much for
My
coming today.
pleasure. Thank you.